Batting third, the designated hitter, number 11, Mason Stolting. Mason will be batting for the shortstop, number 6, Landon Troftgruben. Batting in the cleanup spot at first base, number 19, Brady Medina. Batting fifth in center field, number 8, Caleb Anderson. Batting sixth in left field, number 14, Wrigley Gunderson. Batting seventh and pitching, number 10, Seth Wiggestrand. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 9, Easton Heisler. And batting ninth at second base, number 3, Devin Peterson. The Packers are coached by Brett Peterson, assisted by Todd Rowe, Michael Best, Joe Kalish, and Justin Bear, and the rest of the West Fargo Packers. Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Valley City Highliners. Leading off at third base, number 2, Gavin Gerhardt. Batting second in left field, number 16, Will Schwer. Batting third, the shortstop, number 6, Max Mayhus. In the cleanup spot and catching, number 9, Broden Muskie. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 10, Kai Gringley. Hitting in the sixth spot. And at first base, number 4, Robert Fisher. Batting seventh is the designated hitter, number 13, Corbin Powell. Corbin is batting for the pitcher, number 5, Bryson Heck. Batting eighth and playing out in right field, number 11, Jack Samuelson. And batting the ninth spot at second base, number 3, Carver Peterson. The Highlanders are coached by Seth Sutterholm, assisted by Dre Shawn and Mitchell Taylor, and the rest of the Valley City Highlanders. Fans, please rise and face the flag in right center field and remove all caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Let's play ball.
What's up, Buttercup? Or I can just, pull my headset up, pull the mic up. I know it doesn't mute, but you're still going to hear me, I'm assuming. But, oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, absolutely. Or just move the board there. Yeah,
So that way you
that's
can
what
mute
you do.
yourself. Yeah.
Just let me know when you're ready for me to go on, bud. Oh, we're on. So I can go ahead and do it, or you're gonna want to wait till you get everything moved? No worries.
Hey, how's it going?
Our umpires for this afternoon's contest, calling the balls and strikes, Mr. Jared Leitz, and on the bases, Mr. Kirk Olson.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Charlie Brown Memorial Field. We've got Highliner Baseball here today on the Highliner Activity Network, taking on the West Fargo Packers. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Get you caught up. Just a one-out double in the top of the first by Aiden Wolf, but Bryson Heck was able to get out of the inning without any damage. Here's a ground ball by Schwer to the left side and into left field, a base hit. So Will Schwer with a one-out single for the Highliners. Runner first and one away.
The shortstop, number 6, Max Mayhew.
Now Max Mayhews to the plate. Gavin Gerhardt let off the inning with a grounded to short. Schwer just singled. The Highliners and the Packers, EDC Baseball here on the Highliner Activity Network, live on YouTube. Glad you could join us on this gorgeous day. 77 degrees, our game time temperature. First pitch at 5 o'clock. There's a strike on the knees on Mayhews. And the count, no balls and one strike. Highlanders coming in 1-5 in EDC, 3-5 overall. That 3-0 victory over Horace on Tuesday night. Their conference opener. Another ground ball wrapped out towards short. Drew Garbin to second, out there, and the relay to first, not in time. So Truff Grubin gets the lead runner, 6-4 on the force. For out number 2, Mayhew's on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Broden Muskie.
The catcher, number 9, Broden Muskie.
So Muskie will step to the plate with the runner at first base. 2 outs. We're in the bottom half of the first inning, no score. Packers coming in 6-1 in the EDC. They are 11-4 overall. Winners of 8 of their last 9. There's a chopper left side. Gloved there by the third baseman Wolf. Throw across the diamond for the out. 5-3 on the putout, and that'll retire the side. For the Highliners, no runs a hit. No errors. They leave one. One complete. It's the Packers nothing and the Highliners nothing. This is Highliner Baseball on the Highliner Activity Network.
For the Highlanders, at the bottom of the first, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base.
Coming into play today, West Fargo in second place in the EDC, behind West Fargo Cheyenne, who the Highliners will see tomorrow night. The Packers 6-1 in conference play. As I mentioned, the Valley City 1-5. Last time these two teams got together was at the EDC tournament. Last year, Packers are the top seed, Valley City the number 8 seed, and Valley City upset them by a final of 8-3 in that game last year in the EDC tournament. Take a look at the defensive alignments here for Valley City. Will Schwer's in left field. Kai Greenlee is in center. Jack Samuelson in right. Gavin Gerhardt at third. Max Mayos is at short. Carver Peterson is at second. And Robert Fisher is at first. Behind the plate, Broden Muskie. And pitching this afternoon, the right-hander Bryson Heck making his third appearance. All 3 have been starts, 6 1/3 innings. He's got an 0-2 record coming in. 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. But in those 6 1/3 innings, 9 walks. He has 5 strikeouts. 4.42 earned run average for the freshman Heck. As we head to the top of the second inning, it'll be Anderson, Gunderson, and Wiggestrand to bat for the West Fargo Packers, the 5, 6, and 7 batters against Heck.
Leading off the top of the second inning for the Packers, the center fielder, number 8, Caleb Anderson.
The right-hander Caleb Anderson leading things off for the Packers. The first pitch swung on a miss. Little slide piece, 0-1 on the right-hander. 3:30 down the lines here at Charlie Brown Memorial. 385 to the power rallies, 370 to straightaway center field. The 0-1 pitch. Chopper left side. Tough play. Gerhardt charges, scoops, throws, and not in time. Looked like it pulled Fisher off the bag. It did. So Anderson is on. I think an infield hit. So a base hit for Anderson.
The left fielder, number 14, Wrigley Gunderson.
Now Wrigley Gunderson to the plate. That was going to be a tough play. Nice play, though, by Gerhardt. His throw just a little bit to the home plate side of first base. Fisher came off the bag to make the play. And there's a pitch on the outside corner, 0-1. Something a Heck needs to do, get those strikes in his last outing. Pitched a couple innings against North, but 6 walks, or against Wapaton. In his 2 innings, he walked 6, struck out 2, did not give up a hit. But those walks killed him as they scored runs on bases loaded walks. Here's a ball inside. The runner to second is going to be the throw, not going to be nearly in time. Anderson with the stolen base. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Gunderson. Brett Peterson, the head coach of the Packers. And he is assisted by Justin Baird, Todd Rowe, Michael Best. 1-1 the count here, and the pitch to Gunderson. That comes upstairs, high for a ball. Ball 2, 2-1. Jared Lentz, our ball and strike umpire here this afternoon. Kirk Olson on the bases. Two balls and 1 strike on Gunderson. Here's the pitch. Misses wide. Ball 3, 3-1. Seth Wiggestrand waiting on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. And the pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit into left field. Schwer will get there. They're sending the runner around third. Throw comes in. It's going to get cut off. The throw to second base is not going to be in time. It goes into center field, and Gunderson will hustle down to third. They had him, but the throw was just a little bit on the outfield side of second, and Peterson cannot come up with it cleanly, so runner at third with a run in.
The pitcher, number 10, Seth Wiggestrand.
So now Wiggestrand will chance to help himself out. That'll be a base hit for Gunderson, and he'll get the RBI. And he'll go to third on an error. Went to second on the throw and to third on the air, probably on the short or in the second baseman Peterson. Didn't come up with the throw cleanly, and it rolled into center field, and that got him over to third. 0-1 the count here on Wiggestrand. And the pitch. On the outside corner, or strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Heck working from the set. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled on the right field line. So the count stays at 0-2. Easton Heisler and Devin Peterson rounding out the batting order. For head coach Brett Peterson. Michael Best, Joe Kalish, and Justin Bear, along with Todd Rowe, the assistants. Here's another foul off to the left. So the count rides along. No balls and 2 strikes on Wiggestrand. Infield playing up halfway right now with a runner at third. Nobody out here in the top of the second. 1-0 Packers. And the pitch on the outside corner, strike 3, got him looking. First strikeout there for Heck, 1 away. That'll bring up Easton Heisler.
The catcher, number 9, Easton Heisler.
Runner at third now, 1 away, and Heisler to bat. And the pitch on the way, misses low and away, 1 ball, no strikes. There's a bit of irony. Both catchers are wearing number 9. Irony can be pretty ironic sometimes. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch on the inside corner, and it's strike 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the right-hand hitting Heisler. Devin Peterson on deck. We're in the top of the second. 1-0 Packers. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That curve stays high. Ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. On the right-hand hitting Easton Heisler. And the 2-1 pitch. Another curve. That comes across letter high. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind out of the east at about 13 miles per hour, so coming across from left to right. Flag, which has been kind of twisted by the wind we've been having lately out in right center field, is swaying in that breeze. That one misses low and away, and that's a full count to Heisler. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Heck dangles that ball in his meat hand. Glove curled up on his chest. Now time called. 3-2 the count on Heisler. Gunderson down at third. 1 in, 1 out. And the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on another foul off to the right, not a play. So the count rides a 3-2. JV game to follow here later on this evening, about 7 o'clock, thereabouts. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Low and away, ball 4, so Heisler draws a free pass. First one issued by Heck. Runners at the corners. That'll bring up Devin Peterson.
The second baseman, number 3, Devin Peterson. Now running at first base for the Packers, number 7, Brody Medina.
So Medina, courtesy running at first base, and to the plate is Devin Peterson. So 2 runners on and 1 out. And the pitch. High pop fly, right field. Samuelson backing off. Should be deep enough to get the runner in. Jack over, makes the catch. Runner tags. Throw coming back in. And scoring will be Gunderson. That makes it 2-0 Packers as Peterson flies out to right for the sac fly. Out number 2 will go to the top of the order, and Leighton Hofflin.
The right fielder, number 2, Leighton Hofflin.
Hofflin bounced out pitcher to first, his first time up. Left-handed batter. Runner goes, pitch is swung on and missed, and no throw. Good jump there by Medina, and gets the stolen base. Second one of the inning for the Packers. So runner at second, and no ball, 1 strike count on Hofflin. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on line into left field, in is Schwer, now over, and he dropped the ball. Here is the runner Medina around third. He's going to score. Hofflin will stay at first. And it's now 3-0 Packers. That'll bring up Aiden Wolf.
The third baseman, number 4, Aiden Wolf.
And that'll be more than likely an error on Schwer out in left field. Second error of the inning on the Highliners. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball. The throw down to second base. Not going to be in time. So 3 for 3 in the inning. And it's a 1-ball, no strike count on Aiden Wolf. Talking with Coach Soderholm last night about this matchup. And last time these two teams met in that EDC, and the Highlanders with that upset win. I'm sure a lot of these Packers remember that. I know the Highlanders obviously do. Probably the biggest win in program history. 1-ball, no strike to count. Heck checks the runner and delivers. On the outside corner, strike. Nice frame up there by Muskie. 1-ball, 1 strike. Highlanders 3-5 in the year, 1-5 in the EDC. And they're going to call a balk. So a balk has been called. Hofflin will move over to third. Base umpire Kirk Olson tells Heck what he did wrong. Coach Soderholm came a few steps out of the dugout and went right back in. It's 1-ball, 1 strike count here on Aiden Wolf with a runner at third base and the pitch. Check swing. And they're not going to appeal. And the count high, 2-1, or ball was high, 2-1 the count. Again, with that base umpire behind the mound, very tough for them to call check swings. 2-1 the count. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 3 runs across here for the Packers. Couple of hits, been helped out by 2 Highliner errors. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Heck delivers. Swinging a foul off to our right. So the count rides at 2-2. Number 4, Aiden Wolf. He can extend the inning. Mason Stolting would follow. Beautiful day here at Charlie Brown Field. Lots of sunshine. 77 degrees, game time temp. 2-2 pitch. High pop fly right field. Samuelson coming in. Jack is there and makes the catch. That'll retire the side here in the second inning. But the Packers played 3, and they have a couple of hits or 2 errors and a runner left on base. Inning and a half. It's West Fargo 3, Valley City nothing. We're back with more Highlander baseball on the Highlander Activity Network.
For the Packers in the top of the second, 3 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 Highlander errors and 1 runner left on base.
As we head to the home half of the second inning, coming up for the Highliners, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Kringley, Fisher, and Powell. Defensively for the Packers, it'll be Gunderson and Anderson and Hoffman in the outfield from left to right. I'll get the rest of them momentarily.
Leading off. The second inning for the Highlanders, the center fielder number 10, Kai Kringley.
And the infield, around the infield, Aiden Wolf at third base. Landon Troftgruben is at short. Devin Peterson is at second. Brady Medina is at first. Behind the plate, Easton Heisler and the right-hander Seth Wiggestrand on the hill. First pitch missing to Kringley. 1 ball, no strikes. Kai, 429 on the year. That's tops on the club right now. A 190 slugging percentage. Here's a high fly ball deep in the gap. That's going to get by, and that's going to go to the deepest ball of the ballpark. Kringley around first, on his way to second, and he will check in there with his 4th double of the season. A leadoff double by Kai Kringley. He put a charge into that pitch and gapped it at the 385 sign in right left center field.
The first baseman, number 4, Robert Fisher.
The team leading 4th double for Kringley. Again, has a slugging of 571, OPS of 1.090. Hitting 429 on the year, no homers, 3 runs driven in. Now Fisher. Robert hitting 174, no homers and 3 RBI. And the pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Robert. Highlanders in their new unis this year, the powder blue, tops and bottoms. Showing bunt, runner to third. The pitch is a strike. The throw on to third is also a strike, and he is tagged in time for the out. So Kringley is caught stealing. 2-5 on the putout. And it's a no ball, 2 strike count on Fisher with 1 away. What do they say in the majors? Don't try to steal third unless you're absolutely sure you're going to do it. 0-1 the count. And here's the pitch. Swinging a little looper down the right field line, dropping fast. That is a foul ball. So the count rides at 0-2. It's a great throw by the catcher Heisler, right on the money, and Wolf just had to apply the tag. Got him at the shoulder, but still was in time to get him. 0-2, the count here to Fisher with Corbin Powell waiting on deck. Here's the pitch. The curve hangs high, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seth Soderholm coaching over at third. Looks like Mitchell Taylor coaching at first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging, just got a piece of it, fouls it straight back. They mentioned the Packers coming in 11-4 on the year. They have won 8 out of their last 9. That lone loss, a 3-2 loss to Cheyenne. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Jack swing inside, the count now 2-2. And before that long winning streak, they lost to the Morehead Spuds, 14-2. Way to go, Spuds. That's my team. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fisher will strike out. First strikeout for Weckstrand. That is out number 2. That'll bring up Corbin Powell.
The designated hitter number 13, Corbin Powell.
Powell, one of the surprises this year, the freshman hitting 286. There's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. I won't call it a surprise, but pleasantly. His first year varsity baseball, 286. He's got a double. No homers, 3 runs driven in. That one in the dirt. To the backstop, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a 357 slugging percentage, does Powell. 375 on base percentage. Again, hitting 286. On the outside corner for a strike. 1-2. I know I've told this story a lot, and I'll probably tell it for the next 4 years. Swing and a miss. I'll wait till his next at-bat. As he goes down swinging, that'll retire the side. 3 up and 3 down, kind of. No runs. They do get a base hit. No errors. Nobody left. We got 2 in the books. It's West Fargo Packers 3 and the Highlanders nothing. This is Highlander Baseball on the Highlander Activity Network.
Valley City in the bottom of the second. 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base.
As we head to the top of the third inning, 3-0 Packers with the lead. In this EDC matchup, one game, Varsity, JV to follow. We'll have that game for you as well here in the Highline Activity Network.
Off the top of the third for the Packers. Today's hitter, number 11, Mason Stolting.
So the left-handed hitting Stolting, the DH this afternoon, will lead things off here for the Pack. And the pitch is down and in for a ball. 1 ball, no strike. Stolting bounced out Fisher, first baseman, unassisted. And he swings and grounds it base hit into right field. So Stolting picks up the single. Hit number 4 for the Packers.
The first baseman, number 19, Brady Medina.
Now Brady Medina to the plate. Toss over to first, and back in is the DH Stolting. And Heck delivers. Swung on a ground ball left side. Shortstop corralling it. Mayhews, the throw across, and just in time for the out. Stolting will go to second. 6-3 on the putout. 1 away.
The center fielder, number 8, Caleb Anderson.
Now Caleb Anderson will step in. Anderson singled, stole second, and scored his first time up. He swings at the first offering, fouls it off, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. RBI single by Gunderson, a sacrifice fly by Peterson. And a run scored on an error in that second inning for the Packers. They got all 3 of their runs. Set by Bryson Heck, and the pitch. And hit him. Hit him in the shoulder. So Anderson is hit by a pitch. Runners at first and second, 1 out. That'll bring up Wrigley Gunderson.
Center fielder, number 14, Wrigley Gunderson.
Gunderson singled his first time up, and that was what brought Anderson in after Anderson stole second. Runners at first and second on the pitch. Ooh, right over his helmet. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. First baseman Fisher right on the edge of the grass. Gerhardt playing even to the bag. There's a line drive back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Stolting will check in at third. Anderson at second. So Gunderson with his second hit. A single to center. That'll bring up the pitcher, Seth Wiggestrand.
The pitcher, number 10, Seth Wiggestrand.
So Wiggestrand a chance to help his cause here with a runner at every base. There's a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Heck working from the windup. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on a shot to center field. Kringley there, now backs off. And he reaches up, had to go up a little bit to make the catch. Runners tag, and the run will score. The throw to third, not going to be in time. Gunderson stays at first. Anderson will move over to third as Stolting scores to make it 4-0 Packers.
The catcher, number 9, Easton Heisler.
Now Easton Heisler to the plate. With 2 away. Heisler walked his first time up. Lifted for courtesy runner Brody. There's a throw down to second. The runner goes, head first slide. He's in with the stolen base. So stolen base for Gunderson puts runners at first and at second and third. 1 ball, no strikes to count. And the pitch. Fastball at the letters for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last year, the Packers went undefeated in the EDC at 10-0. As I mentioned, they were that top seed going into the tournament. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, right field. Samuelson drifting over towards the line. Jack is there. He makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. But the Packers do plate 1 more run, and they do with a couple of base hits. There are no errors, and they leave 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Valley City trailing the Packers 4-0. This is Highlander Baseball on the Highlander Activity Network.
For the Packers, in the top of the 3rd, a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Leading off, bottom of the 3rd for the Highlanders, the right fielder, number 11, Jack Samuelson.
So Jack Samuelson will lead things off here for Valley City in the 8-9-1 hitters against the right-hander Seth Wiggestrand with a 4-run lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. And Samuelson takes it high, ball 1. Jack hitting 130 on the season, does have a double, no homers, couple RBI. And the pitch on the outside corner at the knees. We talked about this Tuesday. He had a blast on his first pitch that he saw Tuesday night against Horace into the gap in left center field. There's a shot, same side, left field, base hit. So Samuelson hitting the ball well there with a single. Hit number 2 for the Highlanders. And number 3, that'll bring up Carver Peterson.
The second baseman, number 3, Carver Peterson.
But on that hit by Samuelson on Tuesday night, 15-mile-an-hour winds coming in from the outfield held it up. And the left fielder for the Hawks was able to camp under it and make the catch, median deep left center. Show and bunt Peterson takes a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Toss over to first, Samuelson back in. Jack has yet to attempt a stolen base on the season. As a team, Highlanders 8 for 9. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, low and away, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. As a team coming into play today, Highlanders hitting .254. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Peterson took it on the elbow. He is hit by a pitch. So runners at first and second, nobody out. We head to the top of the order.
The third baseman, number 2, Gavin Gerhardt.
So Gavin Gerhardt will step in. Gerhardt hitting an even .400 on the year. No homers and 3 runs driven in. Grounded to short his first time up. And we'll bat here with runners at first and second. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Highlanders trailing 4-0. And now they step off. Time called, and they're going to want to talk about it. So pitching coach from the Packers will head out to the mound and have a chat with his infield and pitcher and catcher. West Fargo Cheyenne here tomorrow night First pitch again, 5 o'clock for the varsity, junior varsity to follow. As this has been a 3-game homestand for the Highliners, and it's been West Fargo week with Horace here on Tuesday and Packers tonight, and the Mustangs tomorrow. Next week, Tuesday, road game at Grand Forks Central up at Kraft Field. Conversation is over, and I think a coach for the Packers is saying, hey, he kind of leaned into that. I think that's why I want to talk to his pitcher. You want to get a little extra how do you do with the umpire. So runners at first and second for Gerhardt. Wiggestrand holds that ball in the meat hand as he's ready to work. And the delivery, bunt out in front of home plate. Wiggestrand has it, wheels, throws to third, in time for the out there. So they get Samuelson, 1-5 on the putout for the first out. Peterson to third. Gerhardt reaches on the fielder's choice, brings up Will Schwer.
Number 16, Will Schwer.
That was probably another reason why the coach went out to talk to his players. Hey, if that's a hard bunt, back to the pitcher, you go to third if you can. So now runners at first and second, 1 out. And Schwer, he's singled left field his first time up. Takes a pitch high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Will hitting .267 on near homers, club leading 5 RBI. And now time called. He's tied with Max Mayhews for the team leadership with those 5 ribs. Want to know the count here on Will. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Will, who joins us from Barnes County North. One the count here. On the highliner left fielder, runners at first and second, and 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. And everybody's going to move up 90 feet on the wild pitch. Gerhardt gets to second. Peterson down to third. And it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count on, or 1-2. 1-2 the count on Schwer. Base hit here, maybe scores 2 if he can get it to the deep enough into the green. Wiggestrand comes to the set and the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Gave him that pitch to go to the opposite field. Strikeout number 3 for Wiggestrand. 2 away. I'll bring up Max Mayhews.
The shortstop, number 6, Max Mayhews.
Mayhews reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. So 2 out with runners at second and third. And Wiggestrand delivers. Mayhews swings and fly ball center field. Coming in is Anderson into right center field, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side here in the third. For the Highliners, no runs. They get a base hit, no errors. They leave 2, 3 complete. It's West Fargo 4, Valley City nothing. This is Highliner Baseball on the Highliner Activity Network.
For the Highliners in the bottom of the third, no runs, 1 hit. There are no errors and 2 runners left on base. Leading off the top half of the 4th inning for the Packers, the second baseman, number 3, Devin
Devin Peterson will lead things off here for the Packers in the top half of inning number 4. Takes the first pitch upstairs. Ball 1. He had a sacrifice fly his first time up. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Packers. 0-3-2 for Valley City. And the pitch misses wide. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Packers got 3 in the second, 1 in the third. Highlanders had a scoring threat. The last inning, couple runners in scoring position. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Swinging a foul straight back, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 1 the count on the right-handed hitting Peterson. He swings and a chopped on the third base line, foul. So the count even now on Devin with Hofflin and Wolf to follow. 2-2. Preseason West Fargo picked number 5 in the EDC. Shanley, who was runner-up last year to Cheyenne, picked to win the EDC. Ground ball, short roller to short. Grabbed by Mayhew, and he can't get the throw off. He went to throw, and the ball comes out of his hand. So Peterson is on with nobody out.
The right fielder, number 2, Leighton Hoffman.
Leighton Hoffman now will step in. Infield hit for Peterson. Whenever a guy charges, I always got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Those are tough plays. You're throwing on the move, cross your body, throw it to first, runner back in. Packers 4 for 4 in the base stealing department so far this afternoon. Peterson takes his lead off first. And Heck delivers. High pop fly, foul territory left side. Gerhardt. He's got lots of room, makes the catch for out number 1. 1 away. That'll bring up Aiden Wolf.
The third baseman, number 4, Aiden Wolf.
Aiden Wolf doubled in the first, was stranded at second, fly to right. 1 out runner at first base. Bryson Heck, freshman. And the runner goes. The pitch is a strike. The throw down to second base is not going to be in time. A little bit on the first base side. So Peterson with another stolen base, and it's a no ball, 1 strike count on Wolf. Heck is coming up with a slide step. Well, they're getting good jumps on the right-hander. No balls and 1 strike. And the right-hander checks the runner and delivers 0-1. Swing and a miss, nothing in 2. So Heck getting out in front of Aiden Wolf. No balls, 2 strikes. Shanley, Cheyenne, Red River, North, West Fargo, Wahpeton, and Valley City in the preseason, the top 7 teams. Followed by Central, Horace, Davies, and Devils Lake. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second base, and the runner back in. Strikeout there for Bryson Heck. That is his second. That's out number 2.
The designated hitter, number 11, Mason Stolting.
That'll bring up DH Mason Stolting. He's grounded out and singled. Scored a run, 1 for 2. And Heck, the right-hander, delivers on the outside corner for a strike. Nothing in 1. So getting them those wide strikes. No balls and 1 strike on Stolting. And Heck steps off the rubber, wants the signs again from Muskie. 0-1 the count, the pitch. Here's a fly ball in the left center field, slicing towards the left fielder Will Schwer, and this one he corrals and makes the catch to retire the side. So for the Packers, no runs, a hit, no errors. They leave 1. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's West Fargo 4, Valley City nothing. This is Highliner Baseball, powered by Beck, and it's brought to you here on the Highliner TV Network.
For the Packers in the top of the 4th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base.
Oops, I see powered by Beck.
Well, technically it is, though. It is. Yeah. Using Beck Internet. So, I think it's fine.
Not like I do every time for game changer.
Yeah.
Oh boy, so it's memory serves then it's next week, Tuesday at Central, Devils Lake there on the 18th on Thursday, and then it's at Davies on Saturday.
I thought Devil's Lake was here because that's the isn't that the senior
Oh, that's the senior award night. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They wouldn't make it back in time for that.
Okay.
Leading off the bottom of the board for the Highlanders, the pitcher number 9, Broden Muskie.
So Broden Muskie will lead things off here for Valley City in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 4, 5, and 6 batters to face Seth at Wigglestrand. 4-0 Packers lead, and there's the pitch. Swing and a miss in the slider, 0-1. Muskie grounded to third his first time up. Highlanders have had someone on every inning. And they've had a runner and 2 on in the first. And pitch misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Schwer was erased on a fielder's choice at runner at second. And then Kringley thrown out trying to go to third on a failed bunt attempt by Fisher. Here's a swing and a miss by Muskie. A ball and 2 strikes. Had runners at second and third with 1 out last inning. And could not get either of them in. A strikeout and a fly out. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here on Broden. And the pitch, low and away, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Highlanders 3 games next week, 2 home, 1 on the road. Or 1 home, 2 on the road. That one low and away. So the count runs full 3-2. They got Central, Devils Lake, and Davies. You look at it, those are 3 games of teams that are preseason. We're behind them in the standings. There's a changeup swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4, 1 away. That'll bring up Kai Kringley.
The center fielder number 10, Kai Kringley.
Kringley doubled to the gap in left center field his first time up. And the right-hander delivers. He went through on that one, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Kai. A double his team leading 4th of the year. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on a grounder, fouled down the third base line. So the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. On the right hand, hitting Kai Kringley. And the pitch on the way. Swinging another chopper, fouled on the line. So the count rides at 0-2. West Fargo will be hosting Devils Lake for a doubleheader tomorrow. There's a swing and a miss. Looks like a change of pace. Strike on number 5 for Wigglestrand. Out number 2. That'll bring up Robert Fisher.
The first baseman, number 4, Robert Fisher. Packers in the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Leading up the top of the fifth for the Packers, the first baseman, number 19, Brady Medina.
Brady Medina lead things off here for West Fargo in the top of the fifth inning. And takes the first pitch low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Medina, a couple of ground outs to short, 0 for 2. Middle part of the order, 4, 5, and 6 coming up here for the Pack. 1-0 pitch. Oh, he went around, 1-1. A nice curveball there, almost a slurve there by Heck. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch on the way at the knees for a strike, 1-1. A couple of Highlander tennis players making their way over here. George is on and Breck Suffolcool. Lost their first match on Tuesday night, 5-4 to Grand Forks Central. First loss of the year. 1-2 pitch. Here's a chopper again towards short. Charging. Mayhews comes up with it. Throws across in time for the out. 6-3 on the putout. Out number 1. That'll bring up Caleb Anderson.
The center fielder, number 8, Caleb Anderson.
Anderson is singled, hit by a pitch, scored a run. And Heck kicks, delivers. A curve in for a strike. Well, Bryson, again, the freshman, showing a lot more confidence now. Throwing strike, sophomore, pardon me. And there was a foul at the plate, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. We're going to keep trying to give him an extra year of eligibility. Quarterback on the football team. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul to the netting, back behind home plate. And the count rides along 0-2. Probably next year's a junior, starting point guard for the Highlanders. No balls, 2 strikes here. And the right-hander delivers. Fastball swung on, fly ball right field. Samuelson on the move over towards the line. Still on the move. Makes a nice running catch, shoulder high. And that is out number 2. 2 up and 2 down for Wrigley Gunderson.
Number 14, Wrigley Gunderson.
A baseball name if I've ever heard it. Wrigley Gunderson. Ross Powell's got to love that. Here's the pitch. Bounces in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And Heck delivers. Fastball bounces its way in. Spike that one. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Highlander softball team on the road. Golf team there at Thumper Pond over in Ottertail today. Here's a 2-0 pitch. So here's a liner in the left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So Gunderson with his 3rd hit of the game. And that'll bring up Seth Wiggestrand.
The pitcher, number 10, Seth Wiggestrand.
Wiggestrand struck out looking, has a sacrifice fly, 0 for 1. Gunderson now 3 for 3. Stolen bases last time. Highlanders, or the Packers, 5 for 5 in base stealing in the game. Heck throws over. He's been doing a slide step as he comes to the plate. Looks into Muskie for the side. Center fielder Kringley over towards left center and shallow. Set by Heck, another toss over. And the new rule in the majors, you can throw over twice. But third time, you got to pick them off, or it's a balk. One of those rules is speed things up. Pitch is up and in for a ball. You know, listening to one of the national broadcasters yesterday, they call it a pitch clock. Really think about it, it's more of a batter clock because the pitchers usually can throw within the 15 to 20 seconds. It's the batters that slow things down. Throw to first. So nice stop there by Fisher. Had to reach across the base runner to come up with it on the backhand. The batters step out after every pitch, adjust themselves, adjust the batting gloves, the helmet, have their ritual. 1-0 pitch on the way, and misses inside. And they called a balk, or they called another balk on Heck. So a balk on Heck, that's the second one he's been called on. Gunnarsson now moves to second. And Bryson just getting a quick refresher. 2-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Should be 1-0 since that was a balk. And Heck checks the runner at third. Here's the pitch. Now it's 2-0. It's called foreshadowing. 2 balls and no strikes on Seth Wiggestrand. First 2 batters out, ground ball and a fly out. And a single in the balk, runner at second and a 2-0 count. And the pitch on the outside corner. There's a strike there by Heck, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Curve, slider, fastball for Heck. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Swinging a chopper to third. They'll skip out under the glove of Gerhardt, goes down the left field line, and they're raving the run around third. Schwer's throw is going to get cut off, and it's 5-0. So Wiggestrand will reach on the error by Gavin Gerhardt. The ball scooted and didn't really bounce, and the error brings the runner across.
The pitcher, number 9, Easton Heisler.
Number 2. Attention now running at first base. Number 2, Drew Hettenbaugh. As you just heard, Drew Hettenbaugh now running at first. That is the 3rd error on the Highlanders. And the pitch, high for a ball. And Heck got a ground ball to short for an out, fly ball to right. And then Gunnarsson with a base hit. A balk got him over to second. And Wiggestrand's ground ball that skipped under the glove of Gerhardt. Here's a throw to first, runner back in. One ball, no strikes the count here on Heisler in the pitch. Takes the curve in for a strike, 1-1. Heisler's walk, fly to right. Throw to first and Hettenbaugh back in. 1 ball, 1 strike on Easton Heisler. Right-handed batter. And the 1-1 pitch. There's a shot to center field. Kringley coming in, and he'll make the cap-high catch, and that'll retire the side here in the 5th. But the Packers get a run on 1 hit. There was 1 error, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's West Fargo 5, Valley City nothing. This is Highlander Baseball on the Highlander Activity Network.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth for the Highliners, the designated hitter number 13, Corbin Powell.
So Corbin Powell will lead things off here for Valley City. Struck out swinging his first time up. And he'll loop into center field and dropping fast and into the glove of the center fielder on the move. Anderson, we're out number one. One up, one down.
The right fielder, number 11, Jack Samuelson.
Now Jack Samuelson to the plate. 6 in a row retired by Wiggestrand. And the right-hander facing Samuelson delivers. A little high pop in the infield, right side. Second baseman Peterson, he's there on the skin part of the infield, makes the catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs. And we head to the bottom of the order, and Carver Peterson.
The second baseman, number 3, Carver Peterson.
Carver was hit by a pitch. That was the question Coach Brett Peterson asked the umpire. Maybe he leaned into it, but hit by a pitch. Did get to third on a wild pitch, but there's a strike called. 0-1. He was at first, and Samuelson was at second. Gerhard bunt went out in front of home plate. Wiggestrand threw Samuelson out at third. Slider misses low and away, 1-1. And Peterson went to third, and Gerhart went to second on a wild pitch. Then Schwer struck out, and Mayhew's flied out. That ended that threat in the third. There's a foul. And they count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, junior varsity game to follow, roughly around 7 o'clock, maybe a little earlier. And that one misses wide, 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the right-handed hitting Carver Peterson. And that one right across to the belt, strike 3 called, got him looking. 7 strikeouts for Wiggestrand, and that retires the side. Second straight 3 up and 3 down inning for Seth. He's retired 8 in a row. We are through 5. It's West Fargo 5, Valley City nothing. We're back with more Highliner baseball from Charlie Brown Field on the Highliner Activity Network.
The top of the 6th for the Packers, the second baseman, number 3, Devin Peterson.
So Peterson will lead things off against Carver. It'll be Peterson versus Peterson. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. One with a D, one with a T. The one with the D is in the D. Now that you're thoroughly confused, 0-1 count. The pitch low and away for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Devin Peterson. Ground ball back up the middle. Mayhew's over, comes up with it. Spin, pirouette, throw to first for the out. Nice play there by Mayhew. 6-3 on the put out. 1 away. And we head to the top of the order, and Leighton Hofflin.
The right fielder, number 2, Leighton Hofflin.
Hofflin, 0 for 3, but did reach on an error in the second inning on a shot to left field. Could have been the third out of the inning, but a ball that was dropped by left fielder Schwer, but didn't hurt anything. After a stolen base and a walk, or a balk, a fly out into the inning. Takes that first pitch for ball 1. And swing and a miss at that one, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5-0 Packers lead. Batting here in the top half of the 6th inning. And the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a chop foul, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Devin Hofflin. Left-handed batter, 1 of 2 in the lineup for the Packers. On the outside corner, strike 3 call, got him looking. First strikeout for Peterson. Out number 2, that'll bring up Aiden Wolf.
The third baseman, number 4, Aiden Wolf.
Wolf is 1 for 3, doubled in the first. And the pitch by Peterson on the outside corner at the knees for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And working fast, here's a high pop down the right field line. And it's going to be out of play over by the bullpen down that right field line on the Packers side, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Aiden Wolf, and Peterson delivers. Curve swung on another foul. Off to the right, over on the grassy knoll. So the count rides 0-2 on Wolf. Peterson working from the windup. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a number right back to Carver, knocks it down, picks it up in midair, throws to first for the out. That's 1-3 on the put out, and there's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing across for the Packers in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom half. It's West Fargo 5, Valley City nothing. This is Highlander Baseball on the Highlander Activity Network.
For the Packers, in the top of the 6th, no runs on hits, scored, and nobody left on base.
Well, the Highlanders trying to get something going here against right-hander Seth Wiggestrand. He's retired 8 in a row. And he will have the top of the order coming up. Gerhardt, Schwer, and Mayhews. After today, Highlanders with 1 more home game. That's next Thursday, the 18th of May, as they host Devils Lake. 4:30 first pitch for that one. At Central on Tuesday. The next Saturday, they'll be at Fargo Davies.
Leading up the bottom of the 6th inning for the Highlanders, the third baseman, Gavin Gerhardt.
So Gerhardt will lead things off here. Gavin's grounded out and grounded to fielder's choice. Guys one to left field. Backing off is Gunderson. And Wrigley makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out.
The left fielder, number 16, Will Schwer.
Well, they make things easy here for Wiggestrand. The last 3 out of the last 4 outs have been on the first pitch. Schwer is 1 for 2. Struck out his last time up. Swings at the first pitch here, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. West Fargo leading it 5-0. And the 0-1 pitch. Couldn't hold up his swing, went through it, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. There was some activity in the Highlander bullpen during that half inning. 0-2 pitch, curve, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Number 8 for Wiggestrand. 2 away. It'll bring up the shortstop, Max Mayhew.
The shortstop, number 6, Max Mayhew.
Mayhews has reached on a fielder's choice fly to center. Broden Muskie was getting a little work in the bullpen, but in the half inning. There's a strike in the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. He had to come in because he's on deck. There's a high fastball swung on and missed by Mayhews, 0-2. Wiggestrand definitely has gotten stronger as this game has gone on. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Way outside, 1-2. Retired 10 in a row. 6 of those on strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Check swing, and that one got the inner thigh just above the shin guards. The catcher Heisler, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the kick on the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. 9 strikeouts through 6 shutout innings for Seth Wiggestrand. Nothing across for the Highliners. We head to the 7th. It's West Fargo 5, Valley City nothing. This is Highliner Baseball on the Highliner Activity Network.
For the Highlanders in the bottom 6, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
Well, some defensive changes for the Highliners. Carver Peterson, after his 1-2-3 6th inning, he'll go back to second base. Jack Samuelson moved from second to third. Gavin Gerhardt's going to go from third to catch. And Broden Muskie now will pitch. Second appearance of the year for Broden. 1 inning. He's given up 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. He's walked 1, struck out 1. 7.00 ERA, no wins or losses. Kind of cool during that warm-up. His younger brother Ryer was warming him up. So he had Muskie to Muskie during that warm-up. So Gavin Gerhardt now catching.
So that's some changes for Valley City. Back in second base is Carver Peterson, Jack Sanderson in the third. Gavin Gerhardt behind the plate. Now pitching number 9, Broden Muskie. Moving up the top of the 7th for the Packers, the designated hitter number 11, Mason Stolting.
So Mason Stolting will lead things off here for the Pack in the top of the 7th inning. He's 1 for 3, scored a run and had a single in the 3rd. Muskie's first pitch high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Stolting, Medina, and Anderson. 3, 4, and 5 batters to face the Highliner senior. And the 1-0 pitch. Curves him, letter high for a strike. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Muskie holds that ball in his glove right in front of his face. Gets in for the wide. Here's the 1-1 pitch. On the outside corner again, letter high, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on Stolting. DHing for Troft Grubin, the second baseman, or shortstop. 1-2 the count. And Muskie and Gerhardt can't get on the same page. Time called. One and two the count. On the right-handed hitting Mason Stolting. And the pitch way high into the backstop. Just a bit high. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Five runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Packers. 0-3-3 for Valley City. And the 2-2 pitch. skips high into the backstop. So the count now full, 3-2 on Stolting. Three balls, two strikes. Stolting leading things off. Here in the seventh, way outside, ball four. So got ahead. Now the walk, third walk issued by Highlander pitching. That'll bring up the first baseman, Brady Medina. But not before. We're going to get a runner at first base. Is that Troff-Gruben who's running? It is.
Here's that now running at first base. Number 6, Landon Troff-Gruben. Batting the first base is number 19, Brady Medina.
So Troff-Gruben, who's DH'd for by Stolting, will come in and run for him. And the right-hander Muskie throws the first. Oh, Troff-Gruben was leaning, and the ball get away, and that's going to go over by the tarp down the foul line. Troff-Gruben around second. He's on his way to third, and the throw will come back to the middle part of the infield. So that'll be an error on the pickoff attempt that got Troff-Gruben all the way around to third. And Medina's still waiting for that first pitch. Bryson Neck threw 76 pitches in his 6 innings of work, so not too bad. And the pitch up and in. The ball gets away from the catcher, Gerhardt, but Troff-Gruben thinks better of it. Highlander softball picking up a win today against Horace, 8-5. Win number 3 in the year for Valley City. Here's the pitch, and that one misses, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Brady Medina. Jada Nelson hits her second home run of the year, a 2-run shot in the 4th inning. Here's a chop foul down the third base line. So the count 2-1. Also, Kinley Suffolcool hits her 3rd home run of the year, a solo shot leading off the 5th. So a big win for the Highlanders, beating the Horace Hawks 8-5. 2 balls and 1 strike on Medina. And the pitch hit him right in the hip. So Medina hit by a pitch. And you got runners at first and third, nobody out. And I'll bring up Caleb Anderson.
The center fielder, number 8, Caleb Anderson.
Anderson, he is singled, hit by a pitch, fly to right, scored a run. So now runners at the corners. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Packers trying to add to their 5-0 lead. Here's the pitch. Chop foul down over by the and into the Highlander dugout. No balls, 1 strike. Autumn Perry, the head coach of the Highlander softball team, tickled. Got a chance to see her hometown team play in Minneapolis last night as the San Diego Padres in town taking on the Twins. 2 teams split. The first 2 games played this afternoon. She is San Diego native. No balls, 1 strike on Anderson. Runner goes. The pitch is to the backstop. And Troff-Gruben's going to try to score. Here's the throw to the plate, and he is out. That was Karam came hard off the backstop, off that padding. Gerhardt hustled, got it, got a throw to Muskie. So it goes 2-1 on the out for out number 1. Medina will go to second. And the count should be 1 ball, 1 strike. Coach Peterson halfway down the third base line, having a chat with the home plate umpire. 1-1 the count. Now time called. Garrett's going to go out and talk with Muskie. So it came off that padding behind home plate and came off hard and Gerhardt hustled right away and came back about halfway to home. He grabbed it, threw the strike to Muskie. Got the quick tag on Troftgruben for the out. So one out runner at second base and a 1-1 count on Caleb Anderson. Muskie working from the set, checks the runner at second. And the pitch. Swinging a foul. Look out. That one goes off the facing of the fence next to the Packer dugout on the first base side. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count on Anderson. And the pitch. Swung on, pop foul, not a play. So count 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. On Brady Medina. Or pardon me, Caleb Anderson. Medina's at second. And the 1-2 pitch. That hit him in the small of the back. So Muskie with back-to-back hit batters. Puts runners at first and second, 1 out. That'll bring up Wrigley Gunderson.
Number 14, Wrigley Gunderson.
So Gunderson will step in with runners at first and second. He is 3 for 3 today. A couple of runs scored. And an RBI. Takes that pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Muskie, long look. And Gerhardt has his sign. And the pitch in the dirt. That'll go to the backstop. Dukart, the courtesy runner, will move down to third. So runners at second and third. And a 1-1 count on Gunderson. And again, courtesy running is Dalton Dukart at third. 1-1 the count here. Runners at second and third. 1 out in the seventh. The pitch, a high pop fly right field. That'll get the runner in. Head comes in a few steps, makes the catch. Well, runner not tagging. And the throw comes in. That is out number 2. Runners stay put. That'll bring up the pitcher, Seth Wiggestrand.
The pitcher, number 10, Seth Wiggestrand.
Wiggestrand is 0 for 3. Reached on an error his last time up. Does have an RBI and a sac fly. Actually 0 for 2 with that RBI and the sac fly. And the pitch. Fastball up and in. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Wiggestrand. Courtesy runner, Dukart is at third. Anderson, the runner at second. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 5-0 Packers leading. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Again, high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Muskie in relief of Peterson. Carver relieving Bryson Heck. 2 balls and no strikes, the count. And the pitch. Swung on, there's a shot into right center field. That's going to split the gap. That'll be a base hit. It'll bring in 2. Around first and holding on there is Wiggestrand. So a 2-run single by Wiggestrand. Makes it 7-0 Packers. And it'll bring up Easton Heisler.
The catcher, number 9, Easton Heisler. Running first base, number 2, Drew Hettenbaugh.
So Drew Hettenbaugh now will courtesy run at first base. Heisler has walked, flied out, once to center, once to right. 0 for 2. And the pitch takes it low and away. Knocked down there by Gerhardt, 1-0. Couple of runs across here. 1 base hit. That was the 2-run single by Wiggestrand. 8th of the game for the Packers. They lead it 7-0. And Muskie, the right-hander, delivers high. 2 balls, no strikes. Two and 0 on Easton Heisler. And the pitch. There's a fastball in the inside corner. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike on Heisler, and the pitch. That is down and in, ball 3, 3-1. Heisler extend things. Devin Peterson would follow. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 out, 2 in here in the top of the 7th. 7-0 Packers. And the 3-1 pitch, high, ball 4. Heisler draws his second walk. Second walk issued by Muskie. Runners are first and second. That's going to bring Coach Soderholm out the third base dugout. And see if they're going to run here for Heisler. And they will. I believe that's going to be Parker Hoff. Was that number 6 coming out there? It is. Parker Hoff now running. So runners at first and second here for the Packers. We have a conversation going on the mound with 2 outs, 2 on, 2 in here in the top of the 7th. Packers leading at 7-0. Highliners will have Muskie, Kringley, and Fisher, the 4, 5, and 6 batters to bat in the bottom of the 7th.
Your attention now running at first base, number 6, Parker Hoff. The second baseman, number 3, Devin Peterson.
And now Devin Peterson will step in. 1 for 2 and a sacrifice fly RBI in the second. RBI single, or a single in the 4th. There's a strike in the outside corner, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on Peterson. Packers route hit the Highliners 8-3. Highliners 4 errors. And Muskie delivers 0-1 on the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Hettenbaugh leads off of second. Hoff leads off of first. And a 0-2 count on Peterson. Muskie sets, delivers, fastball upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Highlanders again on the road at Grand Forks Central on Tuesday. They will host Devils Lake Thursday and then at Davies next Saturday to wrap up the regular season. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch way to the backstop. Again, hard off that backstop. Comes back to catcher Gerhardt, but both runners will move up. So runners at second and third with a 2 ball, 2 strike count on Heisler. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. He got him. Big strikeout there, and that'll retire the side first of the game for Muskie, and that'll retire the side. No runs. They do get 1 base hit. There was an error, and they leave 2 runners on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Your score, it's West Fargo 7, Valley City nothing. This is Highliner Baseball on the Highliner Activity Network.
For the Packers at the top of the 7th, 2 runs on 1 base hit. There was 1 Highliner error and 2 runners left on base. Leading off the bottom of the seventh for the Highliners, the pitcher number 9, Broden Muskie.
So Broden Muskie will lead things off here for Valley City. In the bottom of the seventh, 7 to tie, 8 to walk it off. And the pitch misses for a ball, or a strike. That was a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Broden has grounded to the third, struck out. And the pitch, low, 1-1. Wiggenstrand again has really pitched well. He's settled down. He has retired 11 in a row. 7 of those on strikes. Did he call a strike on that? Because he must have, because Muskie came out of the box and rolling his eyes and head. So it might be 0-2. Here's the pitch. High and wide. And see what the home plate umpire tells us, if he does. I say 2-1, but he's not correcting us. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Yep, that was strike 3. Picked up by Heisler. The throw down for the out. Strike on number 10 for Wiggenstrand. 2-3 on the put-off route number 1. That'll bring up Kai Kringley.
The center fielder, number 10, Kai Kringley.
Kringley has doubled, struck out. So 8 strikeouts in his 12 in a row, retired by Wiggenstrand. That pitch misses low and away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch misses low and away, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on the right hand hitting Kai Kringley. And the pitch swung on and missed, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on here in the 7th. That pitch is low, ball 3, 3-1. Robert Fisher waiting on deck. And the 3-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, fouled into the bullpen down the left field line. So the count full now on Kringley, 3-2. Wiggenstrand kicks, delivers 3-2. Up and in, ball 4. So a walk issued by Wiggenstrand, and that'll bring up Robert Fisher.
The first baseman, number 4, Robert Fisher.
Fisher today struck out twice. That stops a string of 12 in a row retired by Wiggenstrand. That is the first walk, and there's a strike called on Fisher, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. He has 10 strikeouts, and now the 1 walk. And the pitch, swing and a miss in the dirt, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. On the right hand hitting Robert Fisher. Kringley takes his lead off first. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fist foul off to the right. And Highliner softball winning earlier today, 8-5 over West Fargo Horace. Jada Nelson, Kinley Suffolk each hitting home runs. 0-2 pitch. Third for Suffolk, second for Nelson. That one is high, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on Fisher. And the 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul. And they count 2-2. Go and check out Times Record tomorrow, the local newspaper here in Valley City. Tomorrow, the senior feature will be on Jada Nelson. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, foul tipped into the mitt of Heisler. Strike on number 11 for Wiggenstrand. Out number 2, that'll bring up Corbin Powell.
The designated hitter, number 13, Corbin Powell.
So now with 2 outs and the runner at first. Fastball, let her high, first strike, 0-1. 11 strikeouts by Seth Wiggenstrand. Gave up a hit in the first, a hit in the second, and 1 in the third. Chop foul at the plate, and it's 0-2. And had 12 in a row retired before that walk to Kringley. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. So the count rides long at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on the freshman Corbin Powell. The pitch, went up the high fastball, swing on the miss. Strikeout number 12 for Wiggestrand. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Your final here in this varsity game. It is West Fargo 7, Valley City nothing. Back with the totals. This is Highlander Baseball on the Highlander Activity Network.
For the Highlanders in the bottom of the 7, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The final score in our varsity game, West Fargo Packers 7 and the Highlanders nothing. Junior varsity game coming up in about 15 minutes.
Thank you.
So the final 7-0 as Valley City falling to 1-6 in conference play, 3-6 overall. Packers now 7-1 in the conference, 12-4 overall. 7-8-0 for West Fargo, 0-3-4 for Valley City. Highlanders left 4 runners on base, and the Packers left 8 runners on base. Winning pitcher, Seth Wiggestrand. Outstanding effort by Wiggestrand. Talk about getting stronger as the game went on. Retired 12 in a row at one point, and 14 of the last 15 batters. And in that stretch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 were strikeouts. In that stretch of 14 out of 15, the last 10 were Ks. He finishes with 12 tonight as he goes 7 innings, allows the 3 hits with a walk in those 12 Ks. And the loss is going to go to Bryson Heck. He went 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 were earned. He walked 1, struck out 2. Carver Peterson pitched 1, 2, 3, 6 with a strikeout. Broden Muskie pitched an inning, gave up a hit, gave up 2 runs, both earned with 2 walks and a strikeout in that one. And again, Heck will pick up the loss for Valley City. And he now falls to 0-2 on the season. 0-3 on the year for Bryson. So he is 0-3. So coming up here, we've got junior varsity baseball on the way here. First pitch probably around 6:50, 6:55. We'll have junior varsity baseball, the Highlanders and the Packers. That's coming up next. Again, your final in this one, 7-0. Packers with the win here in the rematch of that last year's EDC game. Just a recap of how the Packers got their runs. Got 3 in the second. They got an RBI single by Gunderson. A run scored on an error, and then a sacrifice fly by Peterson, making it 3-0. Another sacrifice fly by Wiggestrand made it 4-0 after 3. They got a run in the 5th. Another one coming in on an error, made it 5-0, and then a 2-run single by Wiggestrand in the 7th to make it 7-0. Again, that is your final here this afternoon. So the Highlanders dropping this one. Again, they will be home for the final game of the regular home season, or final regular season home game, next Thursday, as they'll take on Devil's Lake. That's a 4:30 first pitch. Next game for Valley City will be Tuesday night, as they will take on Grand Forks Central. My thanks to our technical director, cameraman, Jaden Johnson, and of course, all of you out there watching on YouTube. Again, just a reminder, tell all your friends and relatives they can watch all of the events on the Highlander Activity Network. Just go to YouTube and search Highlander Activities or Highlander Activity Network, and you can watch archived events. Of course, graduation coming up on the 21st of May, and of course, all the great sporting events that we provide. And again, our thanks to our sponsors, Essentia Health and the Highlander Booster Club. Final today, 7-0. Packers with the win. Paul McDonald saying thanks for joining us, and so long from Charlie Brown Field.